everybody, welcome back to my channel. Yes, you guys, we are going crazy with this whole coronavirus that is going on. So I thought I was going to make something. I made a live video for you guys the other day, or I did a live video. And a couple of you guys, questioned that we should do some kind of tag. We've done different tags in the past. A lot of you guys enjoyed it. Kind of gets you guys to get to know us a little bit better other than couponing. Letting you know that we're just like a real person, just like you and me. We're not perfect at everything. But I'm going to share with you guys, I think it's like, I think I have 11 questions. Maybe I'll come up with another one. But one of you guys suggested, I think it was Amy, she's like, you should do, or no, it wasn't Amy, it was somebody else. I can't remember who said it to me. But beyond the couponer tag. So basically questions that has nothing to do with coupons. So, I thought it'd be kind of cool. So my first question that I wrote down was, what were you like in high school? Now, there's the people who are the popular people. I was not. I was one of the unpopular kids. I don't know if I didn't get picked on a lot because I was just a person who just kind of did my own thing. I did have my friends. There was 8 of us. We all were the weird ones. We all had, something different with us. But, we all had fun. We didn't care. But I really wasn't like, the geeks, and I wasn't like the popular person. But I was just a person, I was kind of weird. I was a very weird person. I used to be like, I used to be kind of like a punk rock gothic. Now, all my friends were different. None of us all dressed the same. We all had our own little style. We didn't shop at the Gap like everybody did back in the 90s. Like, the Gap was just a huge thing. But, and my parents didn't have a lot of money to buy on clothes, so I didn't have a lot of name brand clothes back in the day. My mom pretty much had me wear JCPenney's. That's pretty much all the stuff that I could wear was JCPenney's. But I just was like, I wasn't like an outcast. I wasn't like a person who, got detention. I was just a weird child. I was just a weird person. My mom one time thought I was on drugs, and I was not. I was just high on life, you guys. Back when I was 17 years old was probably the best year I have ever had that I can remember. I had my driver's license. I had like a small part-time job, and I could do anything and everything that I wanted as long as I wasn't getting in trouble. But I was just, just an average person. But, and I'm still friends with a lot of my friends. There's a couple of them that completely dropped off the face of the earth since we graduated high school. But I do keep in contact, and we do try to keep, groups together every once in a while. So, yeah, I'm just a weirdo is what I am. Another question is how I met my significant other. So, if you guys remember MySpace, yeah, nobody remembers MySpace. I actually deleted my account not that long ago. But MySpace back then was huge. This was before Facebook even started. It was like right when I moved to Madison, where I live in Madison, Wisconsin. Basically, with MySpace, you became friends with anybody and everybody. You didn't care. It was like somehow I felt like it was a competition for you to have as many friends as you could, and then you had your whole profile all decked out. Well, funny thing is, my friend who I went to college with, we ended up becoming roommates. And the night she moved in with me, she lived into the same town as I did a year prior. We just didn't know each other. We didn't know we were living in the same towns until like almost to the end. But then, she was looking for a new roommate, and I was looking for a new roommate, and we ended up becoming roommates for a whole year. Funny thing is, she was Facebook friends with my now husband, and one day we were at a bar, and I remember I was drunk. I used to drink all the time just because I was fun. And I remember him coming up to her, and he's like, hey, I know you from MySpace. And
Stop crying.
Okay, thank you. Give me one second. I'm gonna just finish the story. He's like, I know you from MySpace. And she's like, yeah. So we're like, okay, well, then we get home, and she's like, I don't know who he is. And so we looked for him on MySpace, and she actually just unfriended a ton of people because she was like, sick of all these guys hitting on her. So we ended up like refriending him, and then like we ended up started hanging out with him. He'd go out to us with the bars, and we just kind of started hanging out with him. She had a crush on him. Like, you don't sit there and like somebody else. But then, they didn't seem together they didn't seem like they were going anywhere. They were just mostly friends. Well, I started having a crush on him, and I knew he had a crush on me, and she started actually kind of studying somebody else. Well, then one night for Halloween, I was drunk because that's what I did, and we were hanging out. We hung out, you know, all the time. But one Halloween night, I says, Graham, he's like, what? I'm like, I got something to tell you. And he's like, what's that? I'm like, no, I can't tell you. I can't tell you until like 2 days, you know, from now. He's like, well, my roommate was Becky. He's like, well, Becky already told me your secret. And he knew how to take advantage of me for talking because I was so stupid when I was drunk. I says, but how does Becky know I have a crush on you? You know, so I thought that was a funny story, you know. So then we kind of started seeing each other, but we didn't become official until like December, and that was December of 2006, I think. Yeah, I think it was 2006 is when we started dating, and we've been together ever since. So crazy, crazy, crazy. And okay, guys, sorry, my daughter woke up from nap time. But my next question is the favorite place to eat, or if you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? I know with Benjamin it'd be Skittles. Yeah.
Even candy.
Candy. I hate to say it, but like SpaghettiOs is like my favorite. That's one thing I could probably eat all the time. My favorite place to eat is any place where I can get a good steak. You know, there's one place that Graham and I love to eat. We were actually going to go there this month, but it's closed down and they don't do carryout. So, but SpaghettiOs would be the one thing. If I had to eat one thing for the rest of my life, it'd probably be SpaghettiOs. Number 4, why did I start a YouTube channel? Well, funny thing is, I've always been a frugal person all the time. So there's that. But what I ended up, why did I start doing a YouTube channel was Benjamin was born. Ben was just born, and it was back, you know, we'd make a video of him and I'd send it to our parents. Well, the quality wasn't the greatest. So I ended up having, you know, my own YouTube account, because when you have a Gmail email, you get your own YouTube account. And so what I ended up doing is I started posting those videos on, or privately posting them on YouTube, and then sent the links to our family. So I have like about 20 videos of Benjamin. And so I'm like, oh, this is, you know, pretty easy. Well, then I wanted to get a purse. There was a purse that I really wanted to get. It was a Dooney and Burke Disney purse. And I was trying to find what this purse looked like on the internet. Now, I wish they had this purse on the internet, because I would have never bought it. It was too big for me. But the one thing is I'm kind of glad is because then I went to started my YouTube channel. So I ended up getting this purse. It's really crappy, but you know, I just did a review of what the purse looked like, and that was that. Then, like a couple weeks later, I think I bought some Disney Vans shoes. I bought 2 different kinds, and so I just did like an unboxing of the Vans shoes, and it was awesome. Like that video was getting, you know, a lot of views. Well, then I started buying like Ipsy and Birchbox and Walmart Box and Target. So I started buying a lot of makeup stuff because the makeup stuff's really big, you know. So I did that, and I wasn't getting anywhere. I was spending more money than what I was making on YouTube, because it took me, I think, about 1.5 years before I even got my first check. What they do is you get money, but they don't pay you until you reach a $100 threshold. So if you made like $10 one month, $12 the next month, it just kind of stays in this like limbo is kind of what it does until you reach 100. And then when you get 100, then you guys, you know, can get paid. So like I think my first check was like $100. Well, then I didn't get paid, you know, I think until like 3 months later, because I wasn't making hardly any money. Well, then I saw, you know, people started posting hauls of stuff, and I'm like, why not do that? You know, I already do that stuff already as it is. So I'm like, I'm just gonna, you know, post my first CVS haul. This is before I even couponed at Walgreens. I only couponed at CVS. It was like my first official store that I couponed at. Miss Charlotte likes my phone. But that was like the first store that I actually couponed at. And so I'm like, I'm just gonna do a video. I'm just gonna do a video showing people my haul. And all of a sudden my channel just got like views, and I got more subscribers, because it took me forever to get to 1,000 subscribers, you guys. And then I'm like, I'm gonna start doing this. Well, then after just doing only CVS hauls, I decided I'm gonna do Walgreens hauls, and then so on and so on and so on. So, you know, it takes a long time. I've been doing this, I've been doing YouTube videos since Ben was a baby, and he is 5.5 years old now. So I've been doing YouTube straight up probably for 5 years. It's crazy. It's crazy. Number 5, what did I go to school for? So I went to a technical college. I did not go to real college. When I was in high school, my guidance counselor told me I was too stupid to go to school. Not in those words, but he basically told me that because I actually wanted to be a fashion designer. I wanted to design clothes because I had a weird, I wore a lot of weird clothes back in the day. And he says, you're not, you know, basically kind of said I'm not smart enough for that. Why don't you go to a technical school too? Or instead. So I went to a technical school, and there was no fashion designer. There was no sewing class. There was nothing. And he's like, well, how about this? So I went to school for interior design. It was a 2-year program, but I actually went for 3 years because nobody told me everything that I needed to know. I had to learn it on my own. So there was that. And then, there was that. So then I got, you know, basically, you know, I just went to college for interior design, and then my first job was, my first job that I got with my career was Menards. So I was a kitchen designer for many, many years until I finally quit Menards just recently. So Menards is a home improvement store similar to Home Depot and Lowe's. It's just more of a local thing. What are my favorite shows to watch? So I absolutely, ever since I had Ben, I never had any shows I really watched because I worked just weird hours. But since I've had Ben, the shows that I really, I have to watch every single Monday is The Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise. That's one series I absolutely love. I also love to watch Dancing with the Stars. I'm actually going to go see 2 of the dancers if this thing, you know, this whole quarantine thing ends soon. I'm going to see them in June. But I've been recently back into watching Sister Wives on TLC. I used to watch them like every once in a while. I don't know why. I just like, it's interesting to me. I used to watch a lot of reality shows. I started watching The Good Doctor. That's a pretty decent show. I watched that just because it was on after The Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor. I used to watch, you know, Big Bang Theory every once in a while. That show I actually got to preview in Vegas months before it even came out. There's a place where you can test shows and movies or whatever before it even comes out. And they just want your opinion. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, I think it's like The Bachelor, Bachelorette. I was always thinking of doing like a video the next day of like what I think about that episode. So I don't know, it was something I just kind of wanted to start with that. Number 7, what is my favorite animal? Well, I'm a cat person. I love my cat. I think tigers and all those cats are awesome. But if I went to a zoo, my favorite animal to go look at is the penguins. I just love the penguins. I love how they waddle. I just love their personality. They smell, but I love them. So it's kind of cool. Number 8, what kind of person were you before couponing? So basically, as you guys know, I was a weirdo in high school. But I'm a very frugal person. I don't buy anything name brand. The only thing I really buy name brand of is like shoes sometimes and purses. But other than that, I'm not particular. If I see something that I like, I buy it. But the stores I shop at the most are, I used to shop at the most was JCPenney's and Kohl's. Those are my go-to stores. I used to buy stuff from Express all the time, New York and Company, but I kind of stopped shopping at those stores. But mostly I find my clothes between, you know, Kohl's. Now JCPenney's, I don't shop there as often, but I've been really into like Old Navy. Been shopping there a lot, and then that's, you know, if I see something here and there. So, but I just used to be a frugal person. I hated, you know, paying full price anytime I could get a coupon. And that's another reason why I started YouTube, because it's like there's so many ways to get free things. And you know, I used to sign up for anything just because I wanted something free in the mail. I would do anything to get anything free. Going as a kid, I would sign up for anything. So I was a person who loved freebies. That was just how it got me. Anything I could get super cheap. So I was just a very frugal, I'm a cheap person. Funny thing is, I can buy, my husband and I go for dinner, we can buy a $50 meal together, but I can't buy a $5 shirt sometimes. Like, I'm hesitant on buying a $5 shirt, but I can spend money on food. I know it's weird, but there is that. Number 9, my dream job. So growing up, my dream job was actually being a my dream job was to be a model. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a model because back in the day, I was super, super skinny. People thought I was anorexic, which I was not. I just had a very high metabolism. Plus, I had ADD, so the Ritalin that I was on didn't help either. But my dream job was to be a model. I wanted to be, you know, besides a fashion designer, I wanted to be a model. I actually went to some modeling gigs back in the day. I actually had an opportunity to live in Japan, but I was 17 years old and I did not want to drop out of high school. But yeah, that was my dream job. And then after I graduated, you know, college and I became a mom, I really don't have a dream job right now. I really don't. I mean, I'm happy with where I'm at. You know, I'm with my kids. I'm at home. I just wish I was more motivated, but that is my dream job, you know, just to be home with my kids. So, yeah. Number 10. What are my hobbies and collections? So, I love movies. That's one thing I absolutely love is movies. I love collecting movies. I used to collect Vinylmation from the Disney store, but they stopped doing that. I also collect Funko Pops. I used to just kind of grab whatever, but now I've been grabbing a little bit more, but I try not to like get every single one. I mean, there's so many that you want, and I'm trying to cut back on that, but I do collect Funko Pops. I also collect Smash Pennies. Now, funny thing is, I have people give me Smash Pennies wherever they go. That's nice. But the thing is, the reason why I collect Smash Pennies is because I put it in a collection of everything that I've been to. Like, I can say, oh, I've been there, I've been there. Like, I have friends and family who give me Smash Pennies, which is nice, but I've never been there. And it's not as special towards a place that I've been to. But when Ben and I went to Disney World, like 2 summers ago, we got so many Smash Pennies. Like, that was just my goal, was just to get as many Smash Pennies as we could. But I absolutely love Smash Pennies. Anytime we go, any tourist, anything, I'll get a Smash Penny. But my hobbies, I mean, those are pretty much my hobbies in collecting. It's like just Smash Pennies. I love crafting. Any chance I could craft. If I could craft and make a living, I would totally do it. If I had a choice between making crafts and doing a living in YouTube, I'd probably do crafts. You know, doing more business opportunity with that. I wish I could. I've tried making jewelry, but it wasn't happening. I only sold like 6 things and I stopped. But you know, wreaths are awesome to make, but not many people like the wreaths. So that's why I do crafts, you know, for my own sake, and then I just make videos for it because everybody's different. And then the last question is, if you could live anywhere, where would you live? I like living in America. I like living in Wisconsin.
I love to live in Wisconsin. Even Chinese food.
He loves to live in Wisconsin eating Chinese food. Now, the reason why I like Wisconsin is because we don't get earthquakes. We don't, very rare we get tornadoes in our area. If there are tornadoes, but we don't live in like tornado area. We don't have hurricanes. We don't have earthquakes. The only thing we have to worry about is the cold and the snow. And that's something I've been used to all my time. But I mean, if I could live if I could live in Florida, I would totally live in Florida because I'm next to Disney World all the time. But I've always wanted to live in Japan or, you know, China. Mostly Japan, because I love their culture. I just love it.
In China World.
I just love it. I think it's awesome. Like, everything that's just going around. I like the business. I like the city. So that would be it. If you guys enjoy this, please let me know. I'm going to tag Gina Schweppe, and I'm going to tag Llewellyn from Savvy Coupon Shopper. So if you guys are watching this, do it. I will have the questions listed below, so, you know, let your subscribers know who you are, and then you guys can tag 2 people. But I think it'd be just kind of cool. Just kind of cool to, you know, tag people. So give this video a
thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up for videos. Okay.
Thank you guys for watching, and bye-bye.
Have a good day with Charlotte videos.